Lesson 4. Creating Charts in Excel 2016. Introduction. It can often be difficult to interpret Excel workbooks that contain a lot of data. Charts allow you to illustrate your workbook data graphically, which makes it easy to visualize comparisons and trends. In Microsoft Excel, a chart is often called a graph. It is a visual representation of data from a worksheet that can bring more understanding to the data than just looking at the numbers. A chart is a powerful tool that allows you to visually display data in a variety of different chart formats such as bar, column, pie, line, area, donut, scatter, surface, or radar charts with the help of Excel. It is easy to create a chart. Understanding charts. Excel has several different types of charts, allowing you to choose the one that best fits your data. In order to use charts effectively, you will need to understand how different charts are used. In addition to chart types, you will need to understand how to read a chart. Charts contain several different elements or parts that can help you interpret the data. Excel provides you different types of charts that suit your purpose based on the type of data. You can create a chart. You can also change the chart type later. Types of charts. Excel offers the following major chart types. Column chart. A column chart typically displays the categories along the horizontal category axis and values along the vertical value axis. To create a column chart, arrange the data in columns or rows in the worksheet. A column chart has the following subtypes: clustered column, 100% stacked column, 3D clustered column, 3D stacked column, 3D column, 3D 100% stacked column. Line chart. Line charts can show continuous data over time on an evenly scaled axis. Therefore, they are ideal for showing trends in data at equal intervals such as months, quarters, or years. In a line chart, category data is distributed evenly along the horizontal axis. Value data is distributed evenly along the vertical axis. To create a line chart, arrange the data in columns or rows on the worksheet. A line chart has the following subtypes: line, stacked line, 100% stacked line, line with markers, stacked line with markers, 100% stacked line with markers, 3D line. Pie chart. Pie charts show the size of items in one data series, proportional to the sum of the items. The data points in a pie chart are shown as a percentage of the whole pie. To create a pie chart, arrange the data in one column or row on the worksheet. A pie chart has the following subtypes: pie, 3D pie, pie of pie, bar of pie. Donut chart. A donut chart shows the relationship of parts to a whole. It is similar to a pie chart, with the only difference that a donut chart can contain more than one data series, whereas a pie chart can contain only one data series. A donut chart contains rings and each ring representing one data series. To create a donut chart, arrange the data in columns or rows on a worksheet. Bar chart. Bar charts illustrate comparisons among individual items. In a bar chart, the categories are organized along the vertical axis and the values are organized along the horizontal axis. To create a bar chart, arrange the data in columns or rows on the worksheet. A bar chart has the following subtypes: clustered bar, stacked bar, 100% stacked bar, 3D clustered bar, 3D stacked bar, 3D 100% stacked bar. Area chart. Area charts can be used to plot the change over time and draw attention to the total value across a trend. By showing the sum of the plotted values, an area chart also shows the relationship of parts to a whole. To create an area chart, arrange the data in columns or rows on the worksheet. An area chart has the following subtypes: area, stacked area, 100% stacked area, 3D area, 3D stacked area, 3D 100% stacked area. XY scatter chart. XY scatter charts are typically used for showing and comparing numeric values like scientific, statistical, and engineering data. A scatter chart has two value axes: horizontal X value axis, vertical Y value axis. It combines X and Y values to single data points and displays them in irregular intervals or clusters. To create a scatter chart, arrange the data in columns and rows on the worksheet. Bubble chart. A bubble chart is like a scatter chart with an additional third column to specify the size of the bubbles it shows to represent the data points in the data series. A bubble chart has the following subtypes: bubble, bubble with 3D effect. Surface chart. A surface chart is useful when you want to find the optimum combinations between two sets of data. As in a topographic map, colors and patterns indicate areas that are in the same range of values. A surface chart has the following subtypes: 3D surface, contour, wireframe 3D surface, wireframe contour. Radar chart. Radar chart compare the aggregate values of several data series. To create a radar chart, arrange the data in columns or rows on the worksheet. A radar chart has the following subtypes: radar, radar with markers, field radar. Components of a chart. After knowing about various types of charts in Excel possible for the same data set, let us now understand the various components of a chart as shown in the following figure. Axis, a line that serves as a major reference for plotting data in a chart. In two-dimensional charts, there are two axes: the x-axis, horizontal or category axis, and the y-axis, vertical or value axis. In most two-dimensional charts, except bar charts, Excel plots categories, labels, along the x-axis and values, numbers, along the y-axis. Bar charts reverse the scheme, plotting values along the x-axis. Pie charts have no axis. Three-dimensional charts have an x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. The x and y-axis delineate the horizontal surface of the chart. The z-axis is the vertical axis showing the depth of the third dimension in the chart. Grid lines, optional lines extending from the tick marks across the plot area, thus making it easier to view the data values represented by the tick marks. Legend, a key that identifies patterns, colors, or symbols associated with the markers of a chart data series. The legend shows the data series name corresponding to each data maker, such as the name of the blue columns in a column chart. Data label, a data label that provides additional information about a point on a chart. Plot area, it is the rectangular area bounded by the two axes. The x-axis and the y-axis define the two sides of the rectangular plot area. Chart area, it refers to the area within which all chart's components are placed. Often it is surrounded by borders. Axis title, it is the title given to an axis. A 2D graph has two axes, x and y, and a 3D graph has three, x, y, and z. Chart title, it is usually placed at the top of the chart and helps the user understand what the chart represents. It is possible to create 3D charts in Excel. Not all 3D charts have to actually have a third dimension and have a third axis. 3D charts will often have three axes corresponding to the height, width, and depth of the chart. Wall and floor. These are only applicable to 3D charts. The wall can be formatted separately from the plot area. The floor can be formatted separately from the plot area. You can also select Chart 3D View to display the 3D View dialog box. You can change the rotation of the charts as well as the elevation and perspective. Creating a chart. Now that we are familiar with the chart types and chart components, let us create a sample chart. Step 1. We first need to select the cells we want to chart, including the column titles and row labels. These cells will be the source data for the chart. In our example, we'll select cells A1 to F6. Step 2. From the Insert tab, click the desired chart command. In our example, we'll select column. Step 3. Choose the desired chart type from the drop-down menu. Step 4. The selected chart will be inserted in the worksheet. Step 5. If you are not sure which type of chart to use, the Recommended Charts command will suggest several different charts based on the source data. Chart layout and style. After inserting a chart, there are several things you may want to change about the way your data is displayed. It's easy to edit a chart's layout and style from the Design tab. Step 1. Excel allows you to add chart elements such as chart titles, legends, and data labels to make your chart easier to read. To add a chart element, click the Add Chart Element command on the Design tab. Then, choose the desired element from the drop-down menu. Step 2. To edit a chart element, like a chart title, simply double-click the placeholder and begin typing. Step 3. If you don't want to add chart elements individually, you can use one of Excel's predefined layouts. Simply click the Quick Layout command, then choose the desired layout from the drop-down menu. Step 4. Excel also includes several different chart styles, which allow you to quickly modify the look and feel of your chart. To change the chart style, select the desired style from the Chart Styles group. Step 5. You can also use the chart formatting shortcut buttons to quickly add chart elements, change the chart style, and filter the chart data. Other chart options. There are many other ways to customize and organize your charts. For example, Excel allows you to rearrange a chart's data, change the chart type, and even move the chart to a different location in the workbook. To switch row and column data. Sometimes you may want to change the way charts group your data. For example, in the chart below, the book sales data are grouped by year with columns for each genre. However, we could switch the rows and columns so the chart will group the data by genre and columns for each year. In both cases, the chart contains the same data. It's just organized differently. Step 1. Select the chart you want to modify. Step 2. From the Design tab, select the Switch Row Column command. Step 3. The rows and columns will be switched. In our example, the data is now grouped by genre with columns for each year. To change the chart type. If you find that your data isn't well suited to a certain chart, it's easy to switch to a new chart type. In our example, we'll change our chart from a column chart to a line chart. Step 1. From the Design tab, click the Change Chart Type command. Step 2. The Change Chart Type dialog box will appear. Step 3. The selected chart type will appear. In our example, the line chart makes it easier to see trends in the sales data over time.